how many leaves are on a tree? Depending on the answer, I'd ask them how they know that, and then lead into who created everything.
Recently, I was talking to a child about what their favourite verse in the Bible was, and having the discussion about what do they like in the Bible, and then they asked it back to me, and we were looking at our Bibles together. I think that's how you could spark a conversation about God.
Do you know God? Do you believe in God? What is God to you?
I'd ask them whether they've ever thought about where they came from.
I think you can be more direct with children. So I think you could literally ask them, what do you think about God?
I'll go old school with this one. I think the story of creation, and like asking them questions based around the story of creation is a good way. Another good way, I think, would be to talk about Noah and the ark, with the animals and the 2x2s and all that. I think asking them about those stories, what did they think about the stories? How did those stories make them feel? Because stuff like the story of creation, like what? The world was made in 6 days and then he rested on the seventh. Or even the Noah story, like, Noah was given a word and then like the earth was inundated with water and then, basically God did a restart. I think that's a fascinating story to get children thinking about God.
And recently at one of our groups we talked about what heaven might look like, which sparked a really good conversation about heaven and God.
Again, the children we've got actually teach us about God and make us think about God, because they will, I would just say to them, what makes you happy?
Well, I think first you'd have to ask them if they know anything about God, because it's no good asking them to think about God if they haven't already heard about him, because then you'd have to explain what it is to you, and then you're in a minefield.
When you're on your own and you really need someone to talk to, who do you talk to? I talk to Jesus.
We did a series where we asked them about the things that they felt were overwhelming to them or that they didn't have answers for. And we were trying to lead into prayer and about the fact that God is kind of bigger than you, bigger than your problems, bigger than the things that overwhelm you, and how where you end is where God can meet you.
I think I'd start with creation and looking at trees and plants, and have you ever thought about who created the world? And then probably move on to saying thank you to God for creating it. So asking them what they think about it and asking them if they've ever thanked God for creating the world.
This is basically like an optician's appointment where you just have to give answers.
Okay.
And if you fail the test, you die. Nice.